Well, that game didn't go well, did it yesterday? 2-0 to Atalanta, and frustrating, isn't it? Frustrating. We could have wrapped up the Champions League, and we'll still have to get into another game to get to the next round. So let's talk about these people. Let's do this. Hello everyone, welcome to LFC Red Forever channel. That was frustrating. I wasn't happy watching that game. I think even Klopp realised that after 30 minutes that things weren't going to plan. The players did look at assaults, and it was just one of those games. No matter what we done, we wasn't going to do anything. We couldn't create chances, and Atlanta really deserved their lead and their win. There's nothing to complain about in this game other than the performance was horrendous. Let's just be honest here. It wasn't what we expected, especially even with the wholesale of changes. But you still got the experienced players like Mane and Matip and Salah on the pitch, and we still didn't perform. We still didn't do anything. We didn't create a lot of chances. We didn't even look to create chances, to be fair. Even if you watch the game again, we didn't do much. We didn't threaten. This is the team we beat 5-0 in the previous game, and they look different. They look like they worked us out. They look like they were closing down. They won every ball, like second ball, first ball, everything you could think about. They won. They didn't even give us time on the ball either, and some of the players, I was shocked about their performance because I've never seen them perform like that in a while. And yeah, Atalanta deserved their win, people. 2-0 win, you can't really argue about that. We just got to improve. What frustrated me the most is Klopp could have, Klopp complains about the actual rest and the fatigue and all that stuff about the players. He could have just played the starting lineup, the proper lineup, and the full strength team in this game. Get a couple of goals, at least 2 or 3, and then at 65 minutes start replacing the main players for the Brighton game, which is obviously early kickoff. And then when we get into the Ajax game and the Midtjylland game, we could at least rest the players and play the youngsters, check them out, see what they can do, like players like Minamino as well, and Divock Origi. We could have gave them a chance to play 2 games in a row and check them out. But like every season, we struggle to get out the groups. Every season is the same. No matter what group we're in, if it's a tough group or an easy group to get through, we struggle to do it. And is it a plan by the manager? He doesn't want people to lay back in the other games we're playing. What is the cause for this? This is what I want to know. Like, why are we every season struggling to get at the group stage? And then we get to the last 16, we play much better. Is it a plan by the coaching staff and the management? Is this what's happening? So the players don't lose concentration. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he wants to keep them hungry still, even in the group stage. So we don't lose focus. And I mean, we're just gonna be hungry to get out of the groups and fight for the league as well. Maybe this is what he's doing. I'm not too sure, but. Yeah, I prefer to just wrap it up and play the youngsters in the last 2 games. But it looks like we have to beat Ajax to get through now, and we haven't been performing very good at home, people. That's 2 games now, Midtjylland and Atalanta, and we lost one, and the other one we struggled to score. We struggled to create chances. It was just basically the same game, but this time the away team got the goals, and they deserved their win. There's no man of the match on this one, people. From Alisson all the way to the forward line, I think they were awful yesterday. The only man of the match I can give is Gómez for the number 10 for Atalanta. He was outstanding. Not many players were doing what he was doing, and he was actually controlling the ball, controlling the game, and the closing down on him was awful as well. I didn't really enjoy it because he had too much time. If you look at both of the goals, it was like him cutting in and crossing it to the far post. It's just a carbon copy of the previous goal.
Like learn from the first goal, and so you could stop the second one coming in. But we didn't learn. We just let them do whatever they wanted in the game. It looked like we already qualified and we're just playing for playing sakes. And a lot of players, like I said, a lot of players didn't perform yesterday, and I can't blame the players. You can't blame the players because it's the manager's fault. At the end of the day, he should take the blame. He wants players to rest and all this stuff, but yet we have to put our full strength team out in the next game against Ajax. There you go. I mean, he could have rested a lot of players for the next couple of games if we would have wrapped it up yesterday, but he didn't. So yeah, people. Let's talk about the goalkeeper, Alisson. He didn't do much. There's nothing to say about Alisson yesterday. The two goals were any team would have scored those goals. To be fair, it was just too easy. So I'll performance-wise, I'll give him a 6. Nico Williams is getting a lot of hate on online, people, and it's not right. At the end of the day, the kid is trying his best, and I mean, you can't like expect a player to come on in a team out of the cold and perform straight away. He needs time, like Jones have. Like Jones, he gets time on the pitch. That's why we've seen him like performing sometimes, and people are impressed with him. But Nico Williams, he just comes out the cold, and then they expect him to perform straight away, and that ain't gonna happen. Maybe he's not good enough, people. Maybe that is true. Maybe he's not good enough, but don't take it out on him. It's not his fault. I mean, some players just need time, and maybe that's what it is with him. And people bashing him online, you know, like he had to like close down his accounts on Twitter and things like that. It's wrong. I mean, people listen. When you give people harassment online and all that stuff, it's the wrong thing to do because you're threatening their own lives. They could be depressed afterwards and they could harm themselves and things like that. So you need to be careful what you're saying to people, especially in these social media times. And it's wrong people attacking Nico Williams because it's not his fault we lost the game. It's the manager's fault we lost the game. You can't blame him for the performance he produced. It's the management because it should have took him off. He shouldn't have played. You know what I mean? So everybody having a go at Nico Williams is completely wrong. It's completely wrong. Matip, Nico Williams gets a 6 as well. I think majority of the players are going to get 6 in the player ratings. Yeah, he gets a 6. Matip, a 6 as well. Just didn't do nothing. It's not like the Matip we saw against Leicester. He was struggling a couple of times yesterday, and yeah, he wasn't that impressive. I'll give him a 6. Reece Williams a 7, probably the best out of the back line. If you think about it, he did make a couple of interceptions. He won a few headers and all that stuff. But you know he's not ready. But the more chances he will get, the more experience he will get in the team. So yeah, I'll give him a 7. He's probably the best out of the lot. Costas, 6 as well. He put a couple of crosses in, but the defensive side sometimes he struggled. And you can't say much. This is the first game that's important he started this season, so we need to give him time and see how it goes in the future. And Wijnaldum, probably the worst game I've seen him play. He looked like out of sorts. He was struggling in the defensive role. With Wijnaldum, you got to play him like one game in the defensive role, the second game probably in an attacking midfielder or central midfielder. You can't keep playing him in defensive on a consistent basis. Especially when Fabinho is back as well. Fabinho hasn't played for a while, so you might as well just play Fabinho in his normal position, you know what I mean? And play Wijnaldum further up, and it would have been probably easier for us to create more chances. Yeah, it was the worst game I've seen him in a while. I'll give him a 6 as well. Milner, nothing. If you look at the Leicester game and today, night and day, isn't it? 6 as well. Jones, worst game I've seen him play in a long time. Well, he hasn't played a lot, but I'm saying in a while. Another 6. And the front three, Salah. See, with Salah, the issue is you could see the Leicester game and you could see this game, the difference between the teams. I'll give you why. In the Leicester game, we played more like a team. We was fighting for each other. We was creating chances for each other. But when Salah plays,
He doesn't create for anyone but himself. And I know everybody says he's a goal scorer, but if you're a goal scorer, you don't need 5 chances to score one. That's what he does. So that's what you got to think about Salah. Like, we're not a team when he plays. He needs to stop being selfish and play for the team. Can you imagine, like, if he passes to someone that's free in the box and he could score a goal? We will win more games than we lose or draw. So that's what he needs to sort out. Look, let me give you an example. Just look at the Leicester game. Go watch back the Leicester game and watch yesterday's game. I know he came back from COVID. I understand they're not going to come back straight away the same playing wise, and it will take them time. But this is how Salah plays anyway. You know what I mean? He's always going to shoot from every angle. He's not going to pass to anyone in the box unless he scores a goal. So just watch back Salah's performances. The only time he passes the ball is when he's scored a goal. Other than that, he will shoot from every angle until he gets one. Origi, a lot of people having a go at him yesterday. I don't blame the guy. You got to think about Origi, people. What was it last season? He scored 2 against Everton. What a performance that was as well at home. And he was out in the next 10 games. You haven't seen him. You can't blame the guy for not performing. This is what keeps happening to him on a continuous basis. Even if he scored yesterday a hat-trick, he won't play against Brighton. You know what I mean? So this is what's happening with the poor guy, and everybody's having a go at him. I don't blame him. I don't really blame him. You know what I mean? He needs time on the pitch. He needs time. He needs to get a run of games to get himself going. If you play football, you understand what I'm saying. If you haven't, that's down to you. But that's what it is with Origi. Like, he knows in his brain he ain't gonna play the next game, so he's not gonna give it the full effort, is he? You need to make players hungry. You need to make them look like they're special. You need to make, in the modern day, like I said in the past, in the modern day game, it's not the same as what we used to see before, when managers have to shout out players, kick a boot in their face and things like that. What Alex Ferguson used to do. In the modern day, it's an arm around the player and let him, reassure him that he's part of the team and he's got a future at the club, and things like that. What Klopp normally does. That's what he needs to do with Origi. But Origi needs more time on the pitch, people. You can't blame the guy for the way he performed and have a go at him on social media. You know what I mean? It's wrong. It's wrong. Yes, he was one of the bad ones, but you can't blame him. You can't blame him. You can't blame him for the way he performed. And I'll give him a 6 as well. Salah, sorry I didn't say it earlier, 6 as well. Mane, one of the worst performances I've seen in a long time. He looked like he's tired, really. You can't blame the guy. He's been, I think, more or less played every game he could. I know he was diagnosed with the COVID as well, and he missed. I think he missed a game, but this is the worst game I've seen him play. I can't fault Mane. Mane always gives us 100%, and he always performs as well. So you can't really have a go at him. He's a 6 as well. Robertson came on, didn't do much. 6. Minamino, nothing. 6. Who else came on? Let me check who else came on. Jota didn't do much. 6 as well. Firmino had a go. He had the ball a couple of times. Another 6. Basically, there was no outstanding performer yesterday. No matter what we was doing, they were all struggling in the game. So I'll give everyone a 6. Just Gómez from Atalanta. That's the only player that you could actually say done well in the game. Obviously, their defense and their midfield done an outstanding job. Other than that, there was, from our side, there's nothing to say. There's really nothing to say apart from just stop hassling players, people. These players that just come on yesterday, they need time on the pitch. One game ain't gonna sort their whole season out. They need more time on the pitch to perform and show people what they're all about. Like I said with Origi, like, 1 minute everybody is giving him the GOAT status, like he what he's done in the Champions League. We didn't win. We won the Champions League because of people like Origi. You know what I mean? Don't forget that. Don't ever forget that. And people were saying, let's make a statue of him outside Anfield. Now everybody's having to go at him at social media. People, just be mindful what you do in the social media aspects. If you have a go at people, that's their personal life you're having a go at the end of the day. And it will affect them mentally. So think about before you write things. Think about what you're doing, and that's all I got to say about that. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment below in the comment section, and I'll see you soon. Take care, everyone.